before we closed. And now we have about 15, 16. Some are going on and off. Okay, so we're going to start. Sorry about that. Like I said, I wanted to close some windows of my screen, and mistakenly I just went and closed this meeting. Okay, so it ended abruptly like that. So I have to create a new meeting. Okay, so that was the reason. So let's start answering this question, please. Let's start answering it. So I'm going to read the question. The question is example 6A, Nail Limited. Nail Limited produces two products using the same machinery. The hours available on this machine are limited to 5,000. Information regarding the two products is detailed below. Products per unit data, product M, product N, the selling price, the variable cost, fixed cost, profit. Machine hours 8 and 3, budgeted sales in units, 600, 500 required. Calculate the maximum profit that may be earned. So we're going to calculate the maximum profit that may be earned. So the reason why they say maximum profit is you have to do your optimal production planning. You have to do your production planning in such a way that you will get the maximum profit. You could calculate your profits and get some profits, but it might not be the maximum profit. So how we arrive at the maximum profit is by making the best use of the scarce resource. So reading this question, do we have any scarce resource? Do we have any limiting factor? Do we have any limiting factor, class?
Yes, I think it's the machine hours.
The machine hours are limiting factor?
Yeah, they are, yes, they are limited to 5,000.
5,000, exactly. Good. So that's a good one. Yes. So we have been told that the machine hours are limited to 5,000. If you hear that, the first thing that you need to do is you need to find out whether you need more than 5,000. Okay. In order to know whether something is enough or not, first you have to know what you need or what you require versus what is available. Then you will know whether there is shortage or not. In real life, this is the case, isn't it? If you want to know whether the money you have will be enough for your fees money, first you need to know how much your fees money is going to cost. Okay? And how much money you have, then you'll be able to know whether you will have a shortage or excess. Is that not the case? So when you are faced with a limiting factor question, the first thing that you do is you first have to know what is your limiting factor. As we have seen here, machine hours are our limiting factor. The second thing is you have to know if they say machine hours that are available is 5,000. The first thing that should come to your mind is we need more than 5,000. But you need to prove that you need more than 5,000 hours. Is this clear? These things are common sense, but the only problem with common sense is it is not common. Okay, so let's proceed. So we open our new sheet called sheet 4. I'm going to override it, double click it, then I'll call it EG6A. Okay, I'll call it EG6A. Okay, and as you can see, my my sheet has been zoomed to 150%, and I hope you can be able to see it clearly. Okay, so what we require is to calculate the maximum profit. Okay, so first we start with the heading. The heading will always be the name of the company, which is Nail Limited. NEAL Ltd, full stop. And what will be our statement? The name of our statement will be maximum profit statement. So I'll just shorten maximum as max profit statement. So we're supposed to calculate our maximum profit statement. Okay, is that clear? Right. So that will be our maximum profit statement, but we don't just go to the profit statement like that. We have to follow some steps. So the first step that we're going to look at, we have to calculate the extent of the limiting factor. So just for understanding's sake, I'm going to put them in steps, but in real life, in exams, you don't have to put them in steps, okay? Because that may consume a lot of time. Because limiting factor questions are always a bit complicated compared to the other topics, I'm going to give you steps, step 1, step 2, so that you can be able to follow it, yeah? Okay, and usually if questions have to appear in exams on short-term decision making, limiting factor is a favorable area. But the good thing about it is they don't bring it alone, but they mix it with others. Limiting factor mixed with make or buy, you know, and so on and so forth, as we are coming to see. Okay, so I'll just say step 1. Okay, step 1. We're going to calculate the extent of the limiting factor. Calculation of the extent of the limiting factor. Okay, so in other words, we are trying to find out whether, in fact, limiting factor exists. Okay, so as per our question, what is our limiting factor?
The machine hours.
The machine hours. Okay, our machine hours. Very good, very good. Okay, so machine hours are our limiting factor. So there are 2 products, isn't it? So let's calculate the machine hours for each of them. Product M, product M. So product M, how many machine hours can we're going to use on product M? How can we calculate it?
I think it is going to be like the units, the budgeted units times the machine hour per unit.
Exactly. Simply, it is the budgeted units multiplied by the machine hours per unit. Okay, so the budgeted units are 600. Okay, so I'll do a formula equals 600 multiplied by 8, isn't it? Okay, so we have, okay, then I just copy. Okay, so I just change. It's simple to copy, paste, and change simply. And that of product N is how many units? It's how many units?
It's 500 units.
Okay.
500.
500 times?
It's 3.
500, huh?
3.
Times 3. Exactly. So is for product N, our budgeted units are 500, and we need 3 machine hours to produce 1 unit. Okay. So what is our required hours? So total. And that's a good one. Press time. Okay, yeah, we'll break. Don't worry. We'll break. Total machine hours. Total machine hours required. Okay, so the total machine hours required will be the total of these 2, isn't it? Okay, so what formula do we use?
This one.
Okay. Yes, take us through. What sum formula do we put here?
Yes,
Equals
equals
to.
to sum. Sorry.
Okay, equals sum.
Let me see. I'm not C7.
No, you open the bracket.
Mr. Fofana, are you there?
Sorry, brother. Give me 1 minute. I'm
He
talking to
received
someone.
a
Yeah,
call.
yeah. Just give me 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Just like Ibrahim yesterday, our guys are running the payroll, so I'm trying to guide them. Okay, so right. Sorry about that. So we do the formula. The formula is what? Sorry, someone was trying to give me the formula. What was it?
Equals to sum.
Okay, Nyema equals sum.
Bracket open C7
Bracket open C7
plus
plus.
is to.
Isto. Okay, that's a nice one. Okay, Isto
C8.
C8. Isto. So we type C8. So we close the bracket, and then that gives us that. Okay. So and then that will be ours. So we have ours here, and we can take this to 2 decimal place, just like we've done yesterday. Okay. We do number formatting, number formatting, and we reduce to 0 dp. Okay. So right. So we have our machine hours required is 6,300. What about machine hours available? How many machine hours are available as per the question?
5,000.
5,000. Okay. And how many hours? So do we have enough or we don't have enough?
We don't have
We have
enough.
We don't have enough. Okay. So we have a shortfall of how many hours?
The difference between the two.
Okay. So that's 6,300 minus 5,000. So that's 1,300 hours. So if we have to produce, 600 units of M and 500 units of N, we require 6,300 hours. But unfortunately, we don't have. The machine cannot run for that number of hours. So the machine can only run for 5,000 hours for the required period. So that means whatever production we need to do, we must make sure we produce the products that will make the best use of these hours. You know, the hours will be the scarce resources. The best use of these hours so that we can have maximum profit. So that's exactly what we're coming to do. Okay, so it's 2 o'clock now. Can we break for prayers? Let's come back at 2:15. Okay, let's come back at 2:15. So if you want to save your credit, maybe you can quit and then come and enter again. But it's going to be the same meeting. I'm going to leave it open. So yeah, so we come back at 2:15, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank